If you struggle how to find the clitoris, let me show you today how to find the clitoris really effectively, really quickly and reliably. I have a solid method for it because it's very important. Not only that you know how to find the clitoris, but you can't take your time over it. You have to find the clitoris really, really quickly and very effectively. Otherwise, it has all the potential to kind of really ruin the moment. Why is it so important? It's so important that you're not looking for it and rummaging around there, that you know exactly how to find the clitoris quickly. Really essential. There are only a few things that I would call a disaster in sex. And a guy trying to find the clitoris is one of those moments that has all the potentials to become a disaster. The reason for that is this, she's getting turned on, she's relaxing, she's getting aroused, the foreplay is going good. The next thing she wants, she's ready now for you to touch the clitoris. You are going there to touch the clitoris. And suddenly there's a lot of rummaging around and flipping things over and looking here, looking there, and just, searching in this place and in that place and poking and prodding. And that happens a lot. What that does to a woman, it just suddenly, she's just feeling there really inspected, like she's in the hospital or something. It turns her off and it breaks the process for her. It really breaks the moment. It also breaks her sensitivity, because what's important for the clitoris is that when you start touching the clitoris, it's very, very gentle, because the clitoris needs to build up its sensation little by little. You have to start gentle and soft and build up gradually, and then it retains the sensitivity. If you start with too much straight away, then it's going to shut down, or it might hurt, or it might just not get numb or feel nothing. So when you're rummaging around there, you probably have already been all over the clitoris, trampled all over it. You just don't know it because it's very small. So the sensitivity is already wrecked. So it's really, really important you don't go there rummaging around there, and you know how to find the clitoris really quickly and effectively. And your first contact is intentional contact, the contact that you actually want to do, to make with it. So the first thing is, you do not find it by sight. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, because you're not going to look at it. You have to learn to find it by touch. Why are you not going to look at it? Because it's not going to be comfortable for her. You're not just going to open her legs and start going, where is it? And start opening things and looking for it. I have seen guys do that in my workshops. I've seen them do that with a very serious face. And, it's just a very weird experience for a woman. She suddenly, again, feels like she's at the gynecologist. It just makes her feel really self-conscious and uncomfortable. You're going to turn her off as well. So it has to be really smooth. It has to be sensual. You're kissing her, you're touching her body, your hand goes down there, and you find it. The really good strategy here is to master one route that you're going to use every time. Don't try to find it from all sorts of different directions. It's going to be very difficult. Know one pathway, get really good at it, and then that will be your safe pathway to always find the clitoris in that method. The best way to find the clitoris is from below, not from above. Why? I can't put up any pictures of the clitoris here. I'm sorry, because YouTube is always weird about things like this. So you're going to have to find a picture, but you will see that the clitoris is covered by the hood. So there's an exposed part of the clitoris at the front. On top of it is the hood, and that hood is like skin that goes all up. And the clitoris is right above the vaginal lips. There's the inner lips, the smaller lips that are inside. They connect at the top, and right above them is the clitoris, and it's covered by the hood. Now, if you're going from above, you're traveling over the hood, and there's just not enough landmarks. There's just a lot of skin, and it's quite easy to miss. If you're going from below, then you're moving through those inner lips and onto the clitoris. There's a lot more contrast, and you can really feel the difference with your finger where you are. So there's basically more landmarks there that are easier for you to use. So the most reliable pathway is for you to put your finger in between the inner lips. So right at the bottom of the lips where the vaginal opening is, you should be wet there, hopefully. And then you'll run your finger up in between the lips, all the way up until you feel the lips end, until they feel the join. And the skin inside the lips should feel really smooth. It's quite different from the outer skin. So once you feel the lips join, you need to know that right above them, then the very next thing is going to be the clitoris. So that's all you're doing. You just want to be on the place that is right above the place where you feel the lips join. So you really need to slow down there and just be a bit more sensitive in that place right above the lips. And there you are looking for a sensation of a little bump. And that will depend on how big her clitoris is. It's always going to be very small, but if it's big enough, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it like a little ball among just very soft skin. So it's going to feel a bit different, a little bump there. That's the only way it can be described. Now, please, 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 guys, as you arrive to that place, don't just start looking around for it like this, like, poking and prodding and stuff like that. You have to be so absolutely delicate and so gentle, like really tune into that and be super gentle. As you arrive to that place, be like, lift your finger a little bit, just be so soft. Imagine that this place can just really easily crumble from any movement, because she can become really uncomfortable if you start rummaging around there, this time just with your finger in that one place. So you are looking for the clitoris, for that bump, but you're looking really careful. You don't want to disturb it. Sometimes the clitoris is so small that your finger is not going to pick it up. It's not going to have the sensitivity for it. So you just need to be in that place that is right above the lips, and just hopefully you are in the right place. And then you start pressing a little bit and you start reading, does she respond? Because then you're looking for it by her reaction. If she breathes in nicely, kind of, deeply, slowly, then that's a good sensation. Then you are probably on the clitoris. If she's flinching really sharply, then you're doing too much. You need to ease off, or maybe you're touching it too directly. And if you can actually talk to your partner during that, that's ideal, because she will feel when you're in the right place. You just ask her to tell you when you are in the right place. Just say, tell me when I'm in the right place. It's totally cool to ask for that. Women will never think that you're kind of inexperienced or inept or anything like this. They know that the clitoris is difficult to find. They would like you to find it. They would like you to be in the right place. She just doesn't want to embarrass you. She would feel absolutely happy to tell you when you are in the right place if you just welcome it, if you just ask for it. Just say, tell me when I'm in the right place. It doesn't make you sound inept. It just makes it sound like, you're good at finding the clitoris, but you want to find a particular spot that's nice for her. And then from here on, a little bit of an advanced nuance. It kind of depends on what you want to do with the clitoris, which technique you are using. If you're using a lot of movement on the clitoris, then you shouldn't really be at the exposed part. So your finger shouldn't be at the front part of the clitoris. It should be like either moving around it or on top of the hood. So a little bit more from above then. If you're going to use very gentle touch, like the touch that I'm using in that video on how to touch the clitoris for a 30-minute orgasm, that means touching the actual exposed part of the clitoris. So you actually want to be there. But then you have to be super gentle and just make contact with it. And that means you have to be at the front part of the clitoris. Make sure that you're not on top, not on the hood, but you are just directly at the frontal part of it, and then you should be at the right place. If you have a partner, practice with her loads and let her guide you, let her tell you when you're in the right place, so that you memorize that pathway by touch. And then she can stop telling you, and then you will all know it from memory. Enjoy, guys, and also check out the video where I tell you how to use this technique to give her an extended, ongoing kind of orgasm on the clitoris. Go and watch it now. The link to it is here on the end screen.